Kino der Toten was sure a fan classic amongst the original Black Ops zombie maps, but I'm here to talk about the one with a cool Eminem song. Black Ops was released November 9th, 2010 on the Xbox 360. It was my very first exposure to Call of Duty. I wouldn't have it myself though till the following Christmas, but my friend's parents bought him a copy and we ended up going to his house soon after the game was released to play it. This was back when the glitch about standing on top of the table to make you invincible, as long as you still had ammo, was one of the earliest glitches out there. It was honestly my earliest memory of the game. I think it was my generation that made Activision know they had us by the balls with this franchise with multiple DLC packs, so if you just wanted to play any of the new zombie maps, you had to empty out your pockets. $15 each, boys, but luckily they gave us 5, the second zombie map to be included with the game itself. I initially thought the map was hard because of the tight space you have to play in. I'd always die because I got surrounded by zombies that cornered me. I'm sure about 90% of my deaths are in this room. Now that I think about it, this entire map really is small. I never noticed till now there are only like 3 floors, which created the illusion of being in a larger scale map. 3 floors. The first one is the nice, cozy, and silent starting room. Well, you know, till the zombies arrive. The second area being the claustrophobic recon area of the Pentagon. This area is cool because it has a teleporter that you can use. As far as I know, it's completely random as to where you go unless you open Pack-a-Punch. As we move on down to our final floor, we wait patiently in the elevator. This floor works sort of like a maze, a very confusing maze with teleporters. The only thing I know how to find is the second Eminem Easter egg song phone, and the power. After that, I'm confused.
We are now at DEFCON 1. Security lockdown active.
The teleportation system in this map was very cool in my opinion, but a pain also because it was randomized as to how it takes you places. Typically, I find myself on the lowest floor running for my life when I decide to run into a teleporter. Then I find myself on the first floor where we initially began the stage. That's fine and all, I'll just take the elevator back to the second floor. But crap, I forgot the elevator is still on the previous floor, so I'll call it. But I don't have time to wait patiently for it, because a load of zombies just follow me through the teleporter. At this point, I have to maneuver around the zombies hoping I don't get stuck in a corner, waiting for it. Again, on the subject on how this map is very claustrophobic, but that's not a bad thing because I actually like the way it is. Having the teleporters around makes up for it despite being completely random. A really cool thing about this map has been done in the past with World at War is where they reuse the environments from the campaign to make this stage happen. But you didn't have control over the character where this area took place because it was during a cutscene where you visit the Pentagon. Due to the game being the first one I've played in the series, I didn't know the cutscene was even a zombies map till I replayed it years later on veteran mode. Back then the graphics were amazing for their time, obviously. We didn't have better to compare it to like with games that we have now. Replaying this now shows how much it's aged over the years, but I won't get into too much detail yet. Maybe I'll save it for another video. In time, after turning on the power, you'll get a random guy that teleports into the stage to steal your guns away. But he only takes 1, you still keep your secondary weapon. It's hopeless to run away from him since he is programmed to inevitably steal your weapon. Scary as it may seem, it's fine because he takes you with him as he tries fleeing away, giving you the chance to fight to retrieve your weapon. It's annoying when playing with multiple people, but if you play solo, he's easier to defeat due to the lower amounts of health that he has. I do gotta mention, once you find the last red phone out of the 3, you are rewarded with a song from successful rapper Eminem. Let's hear it, shall we? Alright, we can't play it. Back in the day, if you played online, you'd always see guys just hanging out in this elevator and just hold out as long as possible. And once it got too sketchy, you'd bail out and move to the next floor. Sometimes there'd be the one guy guarding the window outside who'd get left behind because someone pressed the button too soon. While this was going on, there was always the one guy running a train of zombies in the war room. Which brings me to my next subject. The war room was always used to train zombies. For anyone who doesn't know, training zombies was basically the act of running in circles till you had a large enough horde of them to just finish off all at once. You'd gather them all up till they stopped spawning in, or you just felt safe enough to unload an entire clip into them. Being able to do that makes this map really easy if you are playing by yourself, but if you had other players, then it was a much tougher time to stay alive because they'd disrupt your train due to how small and enclosed the map was. Now watch my moment of death as I attempt to clutch opening up Pack-a-Punch. You can actually pinpoint the exact time I knew I was going to die. Once I saw this guy, I knew I was screwed. Well, thank you all for watching. I'll catch you all in the afterlife. Oh, and make sure to like and subscribe to bring me back from purgatory.